For those who don't know about this story, I would like to tell it again. Our MC Kyo enters the world of the meta-universe and gains the hidden class of a Necromancer. Unfortunately, his starting intelligence and spirit stats are both at 0, and he also shows a strange unique talent. In a fit of rage, Kyo poured all his attribute points into strength. And being a Necromancer in this world is a very unique thing because a Necromancer can destroy the entire area with his own strength. After completing the mission, all the students are teleported to Nightmare Village, but our MC and his friends remain here. Those 5 were also not able to understand why they had not gone out of this world yet. Then a hidden mission of this world comes on which was made only for our MC and his friends. Those 5 could not go out of this world because only these 5 had broken the black stone. Hence only they got the hidden mission, and all the other students were teleported out of this world. Here in the 4th campus of the outside world, the principal was very surprised to see all the students that you all have passed the Nightmare Village, but Kyo and some students have not come out yet. The principal was unable to understand anything, yet he guessed whether they had activated some secret hidden mission. Because according to the principal, this has never happened before, because as soon as you complete the mission, you will come to the outside world, but if as soon as the hidden mission starts, you will stay there until you clear it, you won't be able to come out. There were a lot of questions in the principal's mind at this time, because if this happens and if they all clear the mission successfully, then they'll be able to pick from any university in the country, based on that achievement alone. But beginning a hidden mission is usually extremely dangerous, and this is the Nightmare Village's hidden mission to boot. And they're all newbies, will they be strong enough to complete it? All these things were going on in the mind of the principal, which brought tension on his face because they are all new students and hidden mission means a lot of danger. During this time, only our 5 heroes were left in Nightmare Village who had tension on their faces at this time because the hidden mission was a bit stressful mission. They all were discussing this among themselves. Then Ma-Fei says, "What should we do now? I'm only level 3, and everyone's level should be about the same. With how weak we are now, entering a hidden mission would be suicidal." Then Zhao Ziyu also says that we don't know anything about Nightmare Heart, where should we go to get it? Zuoyu listens to all of them and asks Kyo, do you think that it might be possible that we only needed to awaken village head Wogan and the rest, and that there wasn't a need to break the black stones in the first place? Our MC had no answer to the words of all those people at this time because he himself did not know that breaking the black stone would put them all in such trouble. Our MC was in a bit of a dilemma at this time as to what answer should I give to all these things, and then Yang Xiangdi spoke in excitement. "I know, in the other world, a hidden mission is an opportunity that you can only stumble upon but not look for. Kyo, you must have known all along that breaking the black stones would activate a hidden world, so you asked us to break them along with you, right? My big brother I don't normally call you big brother for nothing. You didn't take on the hidden mission by yourself, and were willing to bring us along, seize this opportunity together." Hearing these words of Yang Xiangdi, it had come to the mind of other people standing there that Kyo already knew about this hidden mission, and he did not want to complete this hidden mission alone, but he wanted to share it with us. Even Ma-Fei had come into this thing. Yang Xiangdi's words also made Ma-Fei think that I never thought Kyo would share such an opportunity with us. Ma-Fei thinks in his mind, you just wait. I could not face you in the beginner training, but I will complete the hidden mission before you. Kyo, standing in front of all of them, was in no condition to say anything because whatever excuse he was looking for, one of these people himself brought it in front of all of them, and all of them believed it. While all of them were talking, suddenly a lot of nightmare monsters come there with the intention of killing all of them. Only one word was coming out of their mouth, that all of them should die. And all the nightmare monsters were rapidly approaching our MC and his friends. The level of the nightmare monster came this time was 5, whereas the previous nightmare monster was at level 3. But apart from the level, everything else is the same. HP is 50. Out of 50, strength is 25, defense is 5, agility is 25. Which is similar to the old nightmare, but only the levels are 2 levels different. Seeing 4 nightmares coming together, Yang Xiangdi was very scared that this time 4 have come, we cannot defeat them. No matter how many come, they have to do this fight. So Zuoyu says, don't go running off on your own. Ziyu, prepare to heal me at any moment. Then she starts using her power on Nightmare and she starts ordering all the coordinates one by one. Yang Xiangdi restrain it. As soon as he hears Zuoyu, Yang Xiangdi attacks Nightmare with sand binding. And Ma-Fei also attacks Nightmare. Ma-Fei attacks a Nightmare with his defense-breaking strike. Due to this attack, the Nightmare's power is reduced by just 10%, which makes Ma-Fei think. Ma-Fei had this in mind, that even though he had done so many attacks, he still reduced the power of this Nightmare monster by 10%. whereas Kaiou reduces much more power with one hit. While fighting with these monsters, Zuoyu and Zhao Ziyu's power was exhausted, Zhao Ziyu's mana was completely exhausted, and Zuoyu's HP was also about to be exhausted, due to which both were in a lot of trouble. Before the monster can take advantage of both of them losing power, Kaiou goes and attacks the monster, and due to this the monster gets destroyed. As soon as he kills the monster, Kaiou gets a message notification from the system. It has been detected that the player Kaiou has dealt with a nightmare via melee attacks. One free stat point has been awarded, XP increased 10. After killing this monster, Kaiou got 10 stat points as award. As soon as this monster is destroyed, 2 more of his companions come to attack Kaiou. Seeing this, Zuoyu and Zhao Ziyu ask Kaiou to be careful, but Kaiou was already ready to eliminate them. He kills both of them with just one hit. By killing both of them, Kaiou gets 20 stat points as an award. After killing the monster, Monster Core also drops there, which Kaiou is happy to see because after the hidden mission, this world has become even more dangerous, which will give him even higher rewards. Kaiou quickly picks up the Monster Core and checks it. From inside he finds the little fairy necklace, which is ranked F. Its effect increases the damage skill by 5%, but its role was that of a restrictor, a mage. This necklace was of no use to our MC, so he thought of giving it to Yang Xiangdi. After killing all these nightmares, there was a different kind of enthusiasm among our MC's friends because they had killed 4 nightmare monsters each, which in a way was a very happy atmosphere. Zuoyu encourages everyone and says that they are all dead. It was so dangerous. Everyone did a good job together. Ma Fei also says you all must have seen that I, Ma Fei, am quite awesome too. Interrupting them all, Kaiou says, let's go find more nightmares and eliminate them. Kaiou wanted to find more nightmares because as soon as he kills one more nightmare, he will be to level up to level 6, and after killing those nightmares, there is a high chance that equipment will also appear there. Hearing this from Kaiou, Yang Xiangdi says, Kaiou, if I remember correctly, the hidden mission was something along the lines of getting us to retrieve the Heart of Nightmares. The Heart of Nightmares must be on a nightmare, so we won't go wrong killing nightmares. Follow me. Completing his statement, Kaiou smiles and asks them all to follow him, and as he takes his next step forward, the ground automatically cracks, due to which they all start falling down, and within seconds they all fall into an underground base. Everyone falls into the underground base, but our MC had fallen somewhere else, and the place where he had fallen seemed soft, due to which he was a little surprised as to where we had fallen and why the floor was so soft and squishy. Just then Yang Xiangdi's voice comes, Kaiou, will you get up from my butt first? On hearing that, our MC gets a little stunned. Oh, I was still thinking about why the floor here was this soft. Then everyone stands up and asks each other if you are all fine. Everyone says we are fine. There was a very strong smell at the place where all this had fallen. After smelling it, Yang Xiangdi says, why is there so much smell here? Have we fallen into a dirty drain? Zuoyu says after hearing this place isn't aired out. The dead bodies and feces of small animals and whatever else will rot here, so it's very normal for there to be a small. Then all of them hear the fearful voice of Zhao Ziyu. No, this is not right. Look there, this smell is the smell of its breath. Hearing Zhao Ziyu's words, they all turned their heads and looked in the other direction where there was a huge nightmare monster. And this is the biggest nightmare monster ever. Seeing which there was a little tension on the faces of all of them, and this nightmare was not a common nightmare monster. It was the king of nightmare monsters. Rare boss, Nightmare King. Sleeping state. Level 10. HP 1000 out of 1000. Strength 65. Defense 20. Agility 60. Skills, Compulsion, Realm of Nightmares. And the biggest thing in the notification was that if you wake up the Nightmare King, you will have to kill him. And if they do not kill the Nightmare King, they will not be able to complete this mission, so all of them are trapped on both sides. Seeing this, Kaiou thinks, is this what a rare boss is like? It's at level 10 like the Skeleton King, but this Nightmare King's so much stronger than it. Seeing the power level of this Nightmare King, all of them were very scared. Every level of the Nightmare King was much higher than all of them, seeing which they all got quite scared, and all of them were talking among themselves out of fear. Say, the Heart of Nightmares wouldn't be this Nightmare King's heart, would it? Why not look for a way to force quit this hidden mission? It has 65 attack. It'll be able to turn me and my shield into meat paste in no time at all. Seeing the level of this Nightmare King, Ma Fei also gives up and says, if you all are saying this, then I will let this Nightmare King go for now. But then Kaiou asks everyone not to step back because he had a plan to fight this Nightmare King. Kaiou currently had 101 strength, but if muscle creates miracles is added, his strength will double to 202. And currently Kaiou is at level 5, which is nothing in front of this Nightmare King, but he also has the skeleton ring along with the muscle creates miracles, along with the 50% damage increase from the ring of the Skeleton King. His first hit will be able to take away 1/3 of the Nightmare King's HP. All that's left is to attack the Nightmare King's weak points 3 or 4 times. It's not impossible to kill the Nightmare King, but this plan is like taking some risk with the possibility of not getting the reward. If our MC messes up once, he will be killed by the Nightmare King. The ring that Kaiou has is the Skeleton King's ring, which is of rank C, and its effect after wearing this ring. The damage of the player's first normal attack will be increased by 50%. Its cooldown is 24 hours, there is no restriction. Hearing this from Kaiou, Yang Xiangdi comes near him and touches his forehead and says, "Brother Yu, do you have fever? You are telling me that we have a chance to win against this 10-meter big monster." Then Kaiou tells everyone about his plan. Although the Nightmare King's stats are high, its obvious weakness is defense. By using our strengths against its weaknesses, we might not have zero chance of winning. Hearing that, Zuoyu says, "It seems I have understood what you want to say. You want us to divert the Nightmare King's attention somewhere else." Hearing Zuoyu, Kaiou says, "You are right. As long as you all help me get a chance to attack, I swear I will be able to kill the Nightmare King." Of course, this is extremely dangerous. The Nightmare King's agility is higher than ours, and I fear none of us will be able to withstand even one hit with the amount of attack it has. So the 4 of you have to work together to restrain it. After telling his point in front of everyone, Kaiou was serious because now it depends on them whether they will follow Kaiou's plan or not, but it happened as our MC had accepted. All of them are ready to fight with our MC. "Okay, we trust you. Since you've asked, I'll play along. Big brother Yu, my life is in your hands." Then Mafe advises Kaiou, "If you can't do it, then don't think of showing off. If we run away from here, there will be no shame in it because he is a very strong boss." Seeing everyone ready, Kaiou says, "Don't worry, I will take care of it." A glimpse of excitement was visible on his face. After some rest, our heroes were ready to fight the monster. Kaiou jumps near the monster to give the first hit. He was very careful going over the monster, because everyone knew that as long as you do not attack the Nightmare King, he will not wake up. Hence the first hit should be the most powerful hit. For this, Kaiou will have to find the weak point of the Nightmare King. Kaiou was climbing on top of the sleeping Nightmare King and searching for his weak point. After some time, his eyes fell on a shining crystal which was shining very brightly. Kaiou's eyes also shine after seeing him because this was the weak point of this monster. Without any delay, Kaiou takes out his staff and attacks the Nightmare King's crystal. He also kept the ring effect going in this attack, due to which the power of that monster is reduced by 508. Seeing Kaiou's attack, Mafe and Yang Xiangdi remain dumbfounded because they did not expect such a powerful attack. As Kaiou's attack shatters the Nightmare King's heart, at the same time the mission changes again. And this time the Nightmare King had also woken up. Now our heroes had a new mission in front of them to kill this Nightmare King, and this mission difficulty is a rank. As soon as Nightmare King wakes up, he roars first, and Kaiou standing above him immediately comes down and tells everyone to be ready, and says, "Go according to the plan and help me get a chance to attack." Nightmare King was very angry after seeing the humans in front of him. He angrily says, "Vile humans." This Nightmare King is also angry at being woken up from his sleep. He was completely red, his eyes were full of killing intent, and he was the most powerful nightmare yet because he is the boss of all nightmares. So friends, chapter ends here. Now what will happen next, we will know in the next chapter. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video too.